What if I told you that the greatest act of love isn't found in the grand exotic vacations, expensive gifts, or even the words, I love you? Imagine offering your spouse not just your love, but a whole healed and thriving you. Yes, that's the kind of gift that transforms relationships. And today, I'm going to show you how to give it in your marriage. Let's have this conversation. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. I am Doran, and this is Not Easily Broken. Now, there is a quote by Neil Donald Walsh, and it says this: the greatest gift you can give to the person you love is a whole healed self. Yes, my friend, this quote reminds us that true love is not about what we can demand or take from someone, but it's about what we can offer. And the most meaningful offering is a version of ourselves, a version of yourself that is emotionally, it is spiritually, mentally, physically healthy. And here's what I mean. Here's what I mean. And I'm going to break it down to you. Number one, wholeness brings stability. You see, when you are whole, you are secure in your identity and in your purpose, and you don't rely on your partner to complete you. You are a complete human being that comes to the marriage with the ability and the passion to serve. They're not there to fill some emotional voids in your life. No. Instead, you bring stability and strength to the relationship, allowing it to thrive without unnecessary burden. I don't know if you are a bridge or you are a burden to your spouse. I don't know if you are an asset or a liability. Which one are you? My friend, I want to really allow you to understand why growth is so important. If you follow this page, you're going to hear us talk about it a lot because I was broken. I was broken. I was not fully developed into the man that I needed to become when I got married. That was 30 years ago. I was 23 years old. I didn't know nothing about life. I didn't know what it is to be a man. I was a young kid. Of course, I knew I love and I still love my wife, but I was not fully developed into who I needed to become. And my friend, if this video is adding value to you, then do us a favor and hit that like button. It is the best way that you can show your support for this channel and this video. Let's move on. Point number 2, heal and prevent past wounds from hurting the present. You see, unhealed wounds such as unresolved trauma, past heartbreak, or insecurities can cause unnecessary conflict in your relationship. You see, by addressing and healing these issues, you can prevent yourself from projecting them onto your partner and ensure a healthier connection. It ensures that the both of you are in a better place. Because when you are good, your marriage is going to be better. When you show up the best version of yourself, you're giving the best to your spouse. You forget that when you get married, the two of you are one. You're no more two, but you're one flesh. We have got to take this seriously because too many of us are hurting the person that we profess to love because we don't show up the best. Our best self is not being displayed in the marriage. Let us look at number 3. Love rooted in growth. Yes. Love is rooted in growth. A healed self is open to growth. It is open to forgiveness, and it's open to being vulnerable, vulnerability. Think about it for a moment. To be vulnerable means that you're putting yourself in a position where you can get hurt. And the more secure you are in yourself, the more conscious you are with who you are and the work that you've done on yourself, it is the easier it is for you to show love. Love and intimacy, or love and vulnerability, it is a part of personal growth and development. You see, when you work on yourself, you demonstrate love and respect for your partner by striving to be the best version of yourself. My friend, someone who is capable of nurturing and receiving love without fear and limitation is a very attractive person. Yes, someone who's ready to dive into loving someone without being reserved or conscious of whether they can really manifest and be open and free to be themselves. That's why growth is so important. Point number 4, you love freely, not out of need. When you are spiritually sound and when you are growing. You're not a burden to your spouse. When you heal and you're whole, your love comes from a place of abundance. You don't have a lot of deficiencies. In other words, you're not a taker. You're not coming into the marriage just to take from your spouse. Instead of clinging to your partners to fix you, instead of trying to act like your partner is responsible for your happiness, you can give and receive love freely and unconditionally, enriching the relationship at its highest level. That's what we do. You know, when we show up and be the best that we can be, and we are connected to God, and we allowing God to be our source of love, and we understand that love is about serving and giving, then you must and you should be passionate about demonstrating love through your act of service. And only a person that is confident and is really happy with themselves can show this kind of affection and vulnerability. Number five, reflect God's design. When you are healed, when you are whole, when you are happy, you are reflecting God's design. You know, from a biblical perspective, God called us to grow and to be transformed in his image and in his likeness. The Bible tells us, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of our mind. And to renew your mind, it means that you renovate your mind, you renovate your spirit to act or to demonstrate the godly principles and the godly character and image that we need. And when you allow God to heal you, you embody his love in your relationship, becoming a source of peace and joy for your spouse. I want to talk to you about a few practical steps towards wholeness. And here's one of them. Seek God's healing. You need to spend time in prayer and in scripture, seeking God, asking God to reveal the areas in your life that are broken. You need to invest in personal growth, read and learn and apply principles. Have friends around you that can help you to get to where you need to go. It is said that we are in life based on the 5 books that we read and the friends that we keep. You need to be mature, emotionally and spiritually. Here's another point. You need to take accountability. Yes, a mature person is accountable and responsible. You must reflect on your own actions, on your own attitudes, and the triggers that you sometimes have in the marriage, and seek to grow through them. Yes. And here's another point to practice a step towards wholeness. Seek help if you need it. Don't be afraid to learn from wise counsel. Don't be afraid to go to therapy for healing. But I often maintain that whoever is talking to you need to lead you to the cross. They need to lead you to Calvary. They need to help you to yield to God's will, because only God can create that total healing and restoration of your life and your marriage. By giving yourself to God, you're giving the best to God, and God will allow you to give the best to your spouse. You create a space for a relationship that thrives in mutual love and mutual respect and mutual understanding. That's really what it's about. And we can't play games with this. We got to believe God with it and for it and in it. Hello, talk to me. It is critical, it is important, and it is the right thing to do. Okay? I hope this was a blessing to you. Thank you so much. I pray that this adds some value to your life. Keep growing, man, and keep becoming. I want you to watch this other video. It's definitely going to help you become a better version of you to grow and thrive in your marriage. Be blessed. Can't wait to talk to you soon.